So hey, what's up? It's been a while. I actually pretty much said the same thing I'm going to say about a week ago before Thanksgiving, and then Thanksgiving happened. Food coma happened, and I just didn't do anything for that week, and I didn't do what I was expecting to do. So, that's my bad. But I'm here now, so I'm probably not going to be doing a lot of editing either, since it's kind of been like, or it's getting rough, and it's probably going to get even rougher with midterms and like finals coming up. And I actually have final projects in several of my classes, so I've been like working my butt off to try and get that stuff done. Um, so yeah. But I do have some of my Inktober pictures. I didn't end up going through the whole month, sadly. It was just starting to get like kind of bad. Like, I would either procrastinate or have a lot of work, and then just end up like pushing it off to like 2 or 3 a.m. And that's just like it was a good try. It was a good try for the first time. It was a good try. So I'm not gonna be too upset about it. So I will show you that, and then I also have some animations that I've done that I finished. The one that I showed last time, I finished that. I'm gonna show a clip of that, probably at the end, and then also a clip of another one that I done, another one that I did for another project. So yeah, I have been doing things. I just haven't been like, I guess, recording the process, or just like the more mundane stuff. But maybe I'll try and like do a video of that and like make it less boring, more interesting. But yeah, I'll just show you the picture. Oh, and also I got Let's Go Eevee, which I do want to talk about because it's been like, I kind of want to give my thoughts about it so far, because I put in like maybe 12 or 13 hours, and I haven't even had the game for like maybe like 3 or 4 days, and that's kind of a lot for me. Like, my brother's like, I put in like 100 hours in like that first week, blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't play video games like you do, so this is a big deal for me. Whoa. But yeah, so I will talk a little bit about that, but I want to show off the art first, since this is something I said I was gonna do. And I don't think they're. I'm gonna go with the first one. I think this is the first. I need to get my calendar. 1 second. Alright. So, these were mostly cartoon inspired, since I figured drawing something that I liked, or something that like was really a big part of my childhood. Like, I really like cartoons, and I still watch cartoons now. It's kind of different now, since I'm looking more at like the art aspect instead of like the just like, oh look, there's people moving across the screen, they're hitting each other, that kind of thing. But it's still cool. So yeah, this is kind of what inspired most of my Inktober prompts. It's kind of a odd setup, but I have, for my first one, I did ramen, and most of these aren't going to be colored, only because of it takes a long time to do, and I barely have time just as it is. But this was kind of like, I guess, my idea for Inktober changed very drastically throughout the whole process, but this is kind of like, I wanted to kind of go like a scary route for all my characters, which I didn't end up doing. Most of them would just end up being like whoever they were. But this is kind of like my scary Robin, after he's had like a long night, fought some criminals, did stuff, got beat up a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I have more detailed pictures, I guess detailed, like better pictures on my Instagram, which I have a link in the description. So I'll show that to you guys. Or I'll have it in the description if you want to see. And then the next one is Red X, which I kind of forgot about for a long time, only because it's not really like, it's kind of further into the original Teen Titans series, and at this point Teen Titans is almost like, did that even really happen? It's been so long since I've seen it, so it's just crazy. But I really enjoyed Red X. I thought it was like an interesting part of the show. Even as like a child who like didn't really understand like all that much, I still kind of was like, this is cool. So yeah. That's that. Whoa. And I'll try and figure out a better setup for this. I'm like very new to YouTube in general, so it might take a minute, but I will get there. Let's see here. And I also started drawing on the back of some of the pages. Well, the first day I thought about it, but then it kind of, I didn't think about how this would affect my just in general process of showing this off, so I will think about better ways to do that next time. Might have skipped one. Oh, I know. There are some digital, I did some digital drawings as well, so I will, that might just be for the people who go to my Instagram to see, because I'm really trying to do minimal editing just so that way I can keep up with these uploads and also get to December's upload on time. So if you want to see my digital upload, which in this case was Raven, you can go ahead and go to my Instagram and look at it. It's public, so even if you don't want to follow me or whatever, you can still look at it. So yeah. The next one was Captain Falcon. I really wanted to spend more time on this one, but when I get into kind of like a perfectionist mode, it just takes, I'd start taking forever with like the line work and everything, and trying to combine different poses and different things, because I do kind of like a I kind of like looking at pictures, especially if I'm looking at somebody else's art and I really want to like capture the essence of their art. I really take time to like look and see how they drew a line and like where different things are positioned. So I don't know, some people say that's copying. I'm like, I can't really argue with that, but I'm not really saying it's my work anyway, so you know, just take it as it is. The next one is Fox's mask, or Yusuke's mask from Persona 5. I really like the design of this mask. I don't know if it's my favorite mask, but I definitely think Yusuke is like maybe a character that gets overlooked. At least for me, I kind of overlook him, so I wanted to like put more attention on him and kind of, I guess, do an ode to him. Next one is on his digital, so that'd be on Instagram. Skull. I think I can find it. It is in here somewhere. So, how's everybody been? How's your Thanksgiving? Hope it was nice. Mine was actually really nice. I don't know. It's been a lot different than it has in the past, since I haven't seen my family in a long time, and it's not like we see each other very often, but I don't know, just being like kind of detached in a way. It was really nice to go back and see everybody, and it made me appreciate things a lot more, so definitely thankful for family, and just like all the blessings that we've had thus far. And make sure you guys, myself included, tell those people that, because even though like you can just say something and not mean it, even though I pretty much just repeated myself, but you can say something and not mean it, but just hearing it, it kind of does, like, it helps. Even if, like, they may know, but just hearing it, it helps, so just make sure you tell your family that. So back to Inktober. The next one I have is Sora. This one, I'm okay with how it turned out. I don't know. I kind of thought of something a little bit different, but I was just like kind of in a crunch for time, so this is all I could do at the time that I had. But for the time that I did have, it ended up being alright. I think something I definitely want to do in the future is like try and get better like markers and colored pencils, so I can really like blend the colors together, because I don't know, it just kind of, I feel like it make the piece look a little better. And then the next one we have Mikasa from Attack on Titan. I really like her. I think She is awesome in Attack on Titan only because I don't think there's a lot of strong like women protagonists, or at least not enough. Um, Especially as just like I don't know. I guess just like in filming and anime animation in general, like I don't know, girls just play the like kind of helpless or just like damsel in distress role a little bit too often for my liking. Um, this may just be like, I guess, feminist side coming out, but I'm not saying they always have to be in charge. But you know, it's not realistic for women to just sit back on the sidelines. So that's why I really like Mikasa. She kind of takes charge, and she kind of like goes out of her way to protect Eren. And she's also just badass, so that's why I like her. Next one. Next one I had on my schedule was gonna be Donald and Goofy from Kingdom Hearts, which I didn't end up doing, which sucks because I really like them. But maybe I'll save it for a future Inktober. So the next one that I did complete was Midori, and I am kind of disappointed with how it turned out. Not going to lie. And I think it was just mainly like, oh, and then the next one is on there too, but I'll talk about that. It's just mainly the hair, I guess. Like, I don't think I got the hair right. And also a little bit of just, like, the face shape, I guess. But, yeah. It didn't turn out bad, but... I'm trying to get the angle right. It didn't turn out bad, but it definitely could have been, like, a little bit better. But it was first time drawing him, so... Gotta lower my expectations a little bit. And then here's Goku, which I think ended up turning out really nicely. I've not really drawn Goku too much, but I've seen him like a ton over the years. Dragon Ball Z is one of my favorite animes, so I've definitely seen Goku a lot. And so I think it was a little bit easier to draw that, and I was also a little bit more motivated to like draw him well, because I think it would have been like, I kind of would have been mad at myself honestly if I had messed that one up. Next one. Oh, the next one is a good one too. The next one I drew was Cell, which is Cell is a villain from Dragon Ball Z as well. He's also from my favorite saga of Dragon Ball Z. I think he's just like an awesome character. So I ended up drawing him as well. Sorry about the lighting. It kind of, I'm trying to get up close, but it's blocking out the light a little bit. But yeah, I just really like his character a lot. I think he's, a really good villain. Yeah. Just really enjoyed it. Next one. Flower. So I was going to draw like a traditional flower. I'm sure you guys already saw it on the other page, but I kind of wanted to go with like a more spooky kind of thing, since I pretty much have just been drawing anime characters and not really adding anything spooky to them. So instead of drawing a flower, I kind of drew like I believe it's called Venus flytrap, except ended up catching something a little bit bigger this time. But I really do like how it turned out. I don't really draw like gory things like this, so I was definitely experimenting with like how the blood would look and everything, but I think it turned out pretty well. And I was also experimenting a little bit with like the shadows and whoa. I need to figure out a better way to get this on here. I was also experimenting a little bit with like the shadows and the highlights, with them being like different colors, like the blue, and then I was gonna have like a different color highlight, but it ended up just being like a darker green, or a different color shadow, but it ended up being a darker green. So it still works, so I'm not too mad about that. But I think it turned out pretty well. And then this might be the last one. I really skipped a lot of these, unfortunately. But I do have, like, ideas for more art coming up, so definitely stay tuned for that. And I think I mentioned it previously on my channel, but I was thinking about doing my animation storytelling type things, because I think they're really cool on YouTube, and it takes forever to do, but I think the end product ends up looking really well, even if it's not really like animation like some people say. So that's definitely something I want to give a try. But yeah, And then this one, I don't think it was on the list, so I ended up skipping it. But this one was kind of like a no prompt kind of thing, and I just wanted to, I guess, draw something straight out of my head. I did end up looking up like kind of like a pose for this one, only because I'm not really good with body shapes, I guess. So I kind of needed help with this one, but I actually really like how this one ended up turning out. This is kind of, I guess, a picture of me if I looked kind of weird. um, but I kind of really like how this turned out, and maybe if I have time, I'll think about digitizing it and doing something with it. But yeah, and we are, I think, on the last two. Let me check really quickly. Oh, I did skip one. Okay. So I gotta show this one. So this one I drew on a Friday. I actually drew it on, it was either a Saturday or a Sunday. I think it was probably Saturday that I drew this. But it was the prompt for Friday, so I figured I could just cheat like that. It's not really cheating, but yeah, I kind of just wanted to draw my character for one of them, since I do need to get into a little bit more practice with this. I want to be my character. These are kind of like, this is the figure I guess I'll be using to represent myself in the animation, which will be coming out eventually. But yeah, I kind of just needed to get in the practice of just like drawing it more, so this is kind of what I did for one of those days. And then I just had kind of like a very quick gross sketch day where I literally like didn't have enough time to really get into something, because usually when I start these prompts I really want to finish them, and so I didn't want to start something and then be working on it for so long that I like pretty much screw myself over for the rest of the day. So I just did like quick sketches of stuff. Some of them you probably can't tell what it is, and if I didn't have this prompt thing I probably wouldn't be able to tell what it is either. But this was kind of supposed to be like, this top one was supposed to, you okay? You good? We're good. Alright. This one was, I was supposed to be like a lake with the tree and sun and grass. I feel like I shouldn't have started out with ink on this one, because it definitely just turned into like some kind of amoeba, a huge amoeba. That's what it looks like to me now, but yeah. And then I tried to redo the Goku again, but really quickly. Honestly, it didn't end up being too terrible. And then I drew like a SMH because all my stuff was like not good that day. And then I kind of tried to draw. Wow. So sorry. Alright, I'm back. So, I don't remember what I was talking about. I think I said, I was talking about the wave, and I was kind of trying to do the like, traditional, like, Japanese wave painting. As you can see, it did not end up looking that way at all. Kind of looks like a wave, but, I don't know. I'll definitely, like, I don't know. I really like that painting, so I think I'll definitely like try and attempt to do it again in the future. And maybe make something cool out of it. I don't know. But yeah. And then this bottom one, which I kind of think might be another day. I drew, what's her name? But she's from, the anime My Darling in the Franxx, which turned out to be a little bit disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little bit disappointing. Like, if you read some of the comments online, you can definitely see like a common consensus as to like where things started to drop off, which is around like 16 to 17 episodes, 16 to 17, which is kind of like almost a season, I guess. So I was I was honestly shocked that the season went on for that long. I don't even remember if there were multiple seasons. I'm pretty sure it was just one season, but 15 decent episodes is not terrible for a show. It just sucks that they kind of had all this other crap going on, that they just kind of had to rush the show, and especially with like all the promotions and stuff that they were getting that just ended up kind of not helping in their favor either. Because I kind of thought like I saw commercials for it like everywhere on VRB, so I was like, oh, this is gonna be like a freaking good show. Like this is gonna be top 10, but I just it didn't end up working out right. And the internet is being stupid. Okay. So our name was 02. That is this person. And I don't want to spoil the show in case anybody wants to watch it. I would definitely say it's worth a watch. Even though it does kind of end up disappointing towards the end. The first like 15 or 16 episodes are actually really good, and I'd at least recommend watching that. So if you want to see it, go ahead. And then for the very last one, I have I kind of found myself not drawing enough female characters only because I was drawing characters from predominantly like male dominated shows. So I kind of just like threw some out there, and I also had more that I didn't end up drawing because of all the crap that was going on, which next Inktober I will try and fix and have more female predominant characters throughout. But I drew the Egyptian goddess Isis. I kind of didn't really have a reason for picking Isis. I kind of just picked her because I knew relatively who she was, or at least I knew of her. I kind of don't really know what she's the goddess of exactly. But I thought that the imagery attached to her was really cool, so that's why I decided to draw her. And thus ends my Inktober. Yeah. So, the next thing that I wanted to talk about was Let's Go Eevee, which has been really fun actually. It's been more fun than I thought it would be, which is good. I had, I don't know if I had low expectations or high expectations actually, because I have played a Pokemon game before, so I kind of had like the expectations of that, but I also knew that they were kind of branching out and doing something different for this one. So I kind of didn't know what to expect, but I was just expecting it to be good pretty much, and it did end up being good for the most part. The only things I don't really like, I guess, would kind of just be the catching system for the Pokemon. Because in like older Pokemon games, they would have you like throw a Pokeball, or not throw a Pokeball. You would pretty much battle that Pokemon, and I don't know. I just kind of like doing that rather than just like trying to catch them using like a Pokemon Go system. Um, but it's been a good game thus far. I spent a lot of time playing it. It's very addicting, so I would recommend it to people. And the story is actually pretty compelling. Sometimes you kind of like don't know where to go, but there's always something for you to do somewhere else. So eventually you'll end up finding your way back to like what you need to do. This is the day before Halloween, and they're doing like a, huh? I know. See, this is going on my vlog already. Shame.
What's that?
It's only like 10 views, so don't worry about it.
Wait, how do you do?
But we're like Team Sherlock Inc. Team number 1. We're gonna win. Stay tuned. So, like,
Last minute, I couldn't think of anything.
the game's supposed to be like online, right?
Supposed to be what?
Online, like on our phones.
No, okay.
Yeah, I think so. So basically, just like scrolling through the suspects and stuff. And dang it, all these glares. Heck yeah, maybe in 10 years or so, you'll see it. I'll have 1 million views. Pretty much just anything I do on a general basis. I don't know if they heard or not, so I'm just gonna repeat, but she pretty much just asked me like what I do on YouTube. So yeah. Right. It's begun.
First floor hallway is downstairs.
Okay. Go, 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 go. There it is. Okay. Oh. Oh crap. Oh. Other way. Go down. I'll come back when you get the way. We're trying to find clues in this hallway. I'm like trying to match the dates and stuff. Yeah, the crest was 1913.
That's right.
Did you find that one?
No, we still need 1 through 3.
Okay, I'm still there. This is just like Hollywood memorabilia, and I'm trying to find like yeah, we're supposed to check the facts. Yeah, we have to go check. We can check. We'll tear up our sticker to make it look like we have more. Does anybody have markers? What color though?
You can trace them for me.
So yeah, there's like all topics in here. We just talked to Professor. So now we gotta run to the next. We have less than 30 minutes. So. I didn't get a chance to tie it. You guys walked in. The item, the ghost, and the portal, yeah. Shoot, we have nothing about them. Alright. Wait, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Are you single? Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
What did you say?
I asked him if he was single.
What did he?
He said no. Tried our best. So I'm not gonna go Alright. Pepsi full of what? Oh, well there's some beer over here. Okay, in there, so I'm gonna just stay back here. The doors are really short. What the heck? And the chairs too. So the last thing that I wanted to show is footage from October actually. Day before Halloween, I went to we pretty much played Clue, the board game, but in real life. So we actually like traveled out throughout places. In the Wilson Library, and they had like actors. I don't know if they were paid or not. I kind of feel like they were just like teachers or something, but they had actors, plays like Mr. Plum, Mr. Mustard, like Miss White. And that's actually like, it was pretty fun. The puzzles were surprisingly difficult because if you ever played the actual game of Clue, it's, at least not to me, it's not that difficult. But if you have trouble playing that game, you definitely would have had trouble like playing the game that we played, because it was like, instead of just saying like it was this person in this room with this weapon, it was like, go to this room, solve this puzzle, then you'll get to talk to this person one time. So you have to write down what they say, because it's kind of like a witness, a testimony. And if they lie in their testimony, then I don't know. It was, I feel like they did it the right way, because that's kind of how it would be in real life, where you're just like collecting information. You're not just kind of, you don't start out with clues in real life when you're a detective. So I think they did that right. But the difficulty of the puzzles, at least for me, was a little bit challenging. So yeah, I'll have some footage of that, and then I think that'll be the end of the video. So thanks for stopping by. If you do happen to enjoy this, I promise I won't have videos as long as this all the time, but you can go ahead and subscribe. It's free. No payment required. You just have to have a YouTube account, I believe. I don't even know if you can subscribe to people if you don't. Pretty sure you can. So if you don't have a YouTube account and you really do want to see my videos, I recommend making one and then subscribing. If you like this video, go ahead and click the like button. If you don't like it, you can dislike it. But I would recommend, or I would like it if you would tell me what I did wrong. I know, for one thing, this video is way too long for what it was, so don't tell me that, because I already know. I'll see you guys and gals in the next video. I hope you guys had a nice Thanksgiving, and I hope the rest of your school year, regular year, whatever time in this universe goes well, and I will see you later. See ya.